Welcome to Midday on this Friday afternoon. Our first guest joining us is Alex Dolson, of course, speaking about the Women's March that's coming up tomorrow. Alex, thank you for joining us.
No, thank you for having me.
Let's talk first of all about this event. This is the third year running, and it draws hundreds of people. I think last year was around 200 or more people that attended, wasn't it? What is this really geared towards? Equality is, of course, a word that comes to mind. Just tell us a little bit about this event.
Sure. So the first Women's March in Kamloops and the movement began around the world in 2017 as a response to Trump's inauguration and his election.
Right.
So it's just a way for women to come together, for women and allies to stand up and support equality in the community. It's about visibility, a reminder that there is still work to be done in Kamloops and around the world to bring women to full equality.
So there will be, of course, as I mentioned, last year drew 200 people, so could be more this year, but to downtown Kamloops. Tell us about the event itself. Where do you march and how does it work?
So we'll be gathering in front of Sandman Center, the
plaza.
There we go.
We're just looking at that footage. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so just in front of the arena there, we'll be gathering anytime after 10. Speakers will be at 10:30. We have 3 really wonderful speakers this year. And then probably around 11, we'll start to march and we'll go along Lawrence Street, up First Avenue, back along Victoria, and down 3rd to the arena.
This is a powerful event. Is that a way to describe this?
It is, and it's also a really positive event. It's not about marching or necessarily protesting anything particularly. It's about visibility and positivity and inspiring people to get involved. So when we think about inequality, you know, you see that firsthand. I know with your job as a social worker, you see that. Take us through that. I mean, is this really a gender issue, the violence that you see? Absolutely. So, you know, men and women and non-binary folk all experience violence, but the rate at which women experience violence is really pronounced, and that's concerning. And I do see that firsthand in my work. But even beyond physical violence, women face a lot of inequalities in Kamloops, and it's a structural thing, it's a societal thing, and it really takes a lot of hard work and reflection and consideration to combat what we've been told to believe about ourselves right from birth.
Why do you think this is still happening? I mean, we're 2019, the year 2019 already, you know, and we're still, as you mentioned, facing some inequality issues. Why?
It's a good question. I mean, yeah, it's frustrating for sure. I do see small movement happening, but there is still so much to be done, and I think it requires everyone to get involved. It requires buy-in from women and men. It requires buy-in from legislators, employers, families. Everyone really needs to get involved and do their piece to change the way women are viewed.
So tomorrow, of course, the Women's March happening down at the Sandman Centers, where everyone's going to gather at around 10:30. Yes. March will start at around 11. And what I love about this event too is it's women of all ages. You know, you saw in that footage that we aired a lot of little kids too.
It is. It's a really diverse group, and it's wonderful to bring your children to this event, to raise them up to be feminists and to be involved in their community. It's a really wonderful thing.
And to stand up for themselves. Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alex. We really appreciate your time. We're back in a couple of minutes. There's all the information, of course, about the Women's March happening tomorrow. We're back in 2 minutes. We're talking about the Kamloops Bridal Fair that's coming up as well. Stay with us.